Welcome to the demonstration on how to create a Collagraph plate for printmaking. First off, what is a collagraphy? Collagraphy is a versatile printmaking technique that involves gluing various textured materials onto a rigid base, like cardboard or thin wood, to create a printing plate. So then what is a plate? The plate or matrix is a tool that holds a design that will then be inked and pressed onto a paper to create a print, also known as a collagraph. Let's get started by making our own collagraph plate. First, we're going to sketch out our ideas. We want to make sure that we are using the corners. And we're going to keep our design simple by using organic and geometric shapes. Once you have all 4 sketches completed, you're going to choose your favorite design. We recommend that you shade in your shapes to better understand the print. Like this example here. Now that we have our design completed, we are ready to get started. Let's start by gathering our supplies. We like to use a cutting mat and X-Acto knives, but this is completely optional. You can do the entire plate in just scissors. You will also need a 6x6-inch cardboard base, scraps of mat board to create the relief, and last but not least, a pencil. And now we are ready to start our design. Refer to your sketch as you work. Start by sketching out the design directly on the colored mat board. You can see that I'm using a black mat board here. You can use any color you want, but it does help to have some contrast against the cardboard. You're going to draw out those shapes and then cut them out. You can see here I'm using scissors, or you can also use an X-Acto knife. You can free cut your shapes as you go, and what I mean by this is that you can sketch the whole thing out and then cut it out, or you just cut little by little, whatever works best for you. And of course, do not forget to use those corners. The more intricate design you have, the more challenging it becomes to cut, so that's where you may or may not want an X-Acto knife for this. As you can see, I'm just laying out my design to start with, not gluing anything down quite yet until I have all my pieces laid out. Now, as you work, you may be inspired to change up your design. Feel free to make changes to your original sketch as you work. And once you're happy with your design and you have all your pieces cut out and laid onto the plate, you are ready for the next steps. Now let's glue it and seal it. We recommend using Podge Glue. We buy it in bulk. We use it for almost everything. It's like one of our favorite glues to use. That's what this is right here in this container. We basically paint on the glue with an old brush. Make sure to have your students wash these brushes really well when you're done using them, otherwise they become trash. Okay, so removing one piece at a time, I'm going to paint the cardboard with the glue and place the piece right back on top. It's okay if the glue goes beyond the mat board space. The beauty of Mod Podge is that it dries clear and it typically dries pretty flat. And once we get all our pieces glued down, we will be doing a top coat of Podge Glue, so don't worry about getting glue on top of the mat board. And continue gluing one piece down at a time until all the pieces are glued down. And once you have all the pieces glued down, now it's time to seal it. We are gonna do a top coat of Podge Glue. We recommend doing this in 1 to 2 layers. I would do a layer, let it dry, and probably do a second coat on top. And just make sure to seal the tops and the edges of all your shapes so that they don't move. Now typically Mod Podge does glue pretty flat, but just in case, we recommend that you make sure that to smooth out the blobs so that they don't become part of the relief. So as you can see here that I'm getting a really nice good top coat over everything, getting my edges all glued down. And once I have that, we're just gonna let this dry. Here's what it looks like once it's dry. And now we are ready to print our first Collagraph plate. Thank you so much for watching. And to learn how to print this plate, click on the link in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe to watch more videos like this.